Right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to At the Close. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin. We have a half hour left in the week, and man, uh, the storylines just they keep on coming. As I was just telling Joel before we hopped on here, like 8 times out of 10, whenever Joel comes to me, he's like, "Oh, the market's down because we're going to war." 8 times out of 10, I roll my eyes. Maybe not like externally, but like in here, I roll my eyes, but not this time because this time it is clear as day that we are down today because of tensions with Ukraine and Russia and the U.S. So we'll get to all that. We'll get to questions from our chat. Hit the like button for me, and hey, Dino, man, tell us how things are over there. Let's start the show right now. All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
3 consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
All right, Joel. So I'll give you this one. The geopolitical tensions, the war tensions, are very obviously the catalyst today. When you see the red everywhere, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, well, a couple things. First off, great to see Spencer in person today.
All right.
Uh,
I thought
came,
maybe
came
I thought maybe we might get you on Benzinga live, but couldn't make it work.
there was a lot going on. I had to get back to the world headquarters here, the suburbs. Second, I want to say is that we had one of the best. What do you call it? If we called it a pre-market show, we had the best pre at the close show just now with Mitch. The guys are cracking me up. Great questions, great insights into the market. So, Mitch, I know you're lurking back there, chomping at the bit. So, if you want to hop on, please join us. Uh, Not only do you have a potential war, okay, what
Yeah.
about the super urgent, emergency Fed meeting on Monday?
Oh,
You
I
know,
thought I thought for sure you were going to say what about the Super Bowl?
yeah, Super Bowl. You know what? I don't. Yeah, the Super Bowl indicator. What the NFC wins? I don't know
No, we don't talk about that
how.
anymore.
Yeah,
Things are that was fun to talk about in like 2017, but now or 2015, but now we have like problems here, and it's not fun to talk about that anymore. But yeah,
no,
you're right.
no.
You're right. We do have a Fed meeting on Monday. They're probably going to raise the rates. Why else would they be doing it if not to raise rates? It's kind of my thought process is. But between that and between what the White House was saying today and what the UK was saying today about the troop presence over there and what to do if you're an American, please leave, and the whole thing. And uh, as soon as that press conference started at like whatever time it was, what 1:30 or something like that,
Yeah, yep.
market
There you
market
go.
just market just reversed. So
Yep. You had a nervous market going in. Let me run down the big numbers. The old Friday high or low at the end of the week trick. And this week it's the low of the week trick. We've made it at the 43.98 and a quarter. Couple false rallies early in the session, and then the geopolitical mess took over. Uh, this is exactly what's bad for inflation. Crude up 358, 93.46. Gold. This is a move of gold. Gold is acting like gold is supposed to. Up 26.20 in a time of crisis, 1863.60. Is this finally the run? I don't know, but I'm glad I didn't sell my gold. Silver up 11 cents at 23.63 and a half. Bitcoin being treated like the risk asset it is. That's down 1740 and 42,440. And there you go. Ethereum futures, they're going to the same way. They're in the tank. More on a percentage basis. They're down over 6% at 29.20.
well, it's always 5 o'clock somewhere, and it's always a bull market somewhere else. And there's a bull market today in the defense stocks. So
Oh,
LHX,
jeez.
LHX, Lockheed Martin, LMT, Raytheon, RTX. Who else is on that
Did you
list?
say LHX?
LHX is L3,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then Northrop Grumman,
What's the
General
symbol on that now?
NOC,
Okay.
GD, General Dynamics, right? Raytheon's RTX, Lockheed Martin's LMT. Those stocks are all trading higher today on this
Yeah.
headline.
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what it is. I mean, what people fail to, I mean, they are trading up, not Boeing, but what people fail to realize is that, okay, are we going to order more tanks and more stuff? We're not having a ground war. The next war is going to be a cyber war. We're not going to, you can buy these stocks up and everything, but I mean, cybersecurity, the next war is going to be fought in space. So you can buy these stocks if they want. They're at all time highs. I don't own any. RTX, that didn't reach yesterday's high, so you do have someone selling into strength. LMT, I'm looking at this and I'm just going back, and it's always struggled with 400. Now it's up there, so it's at the high of the session. Oh, wait, this is not a good chart. This is a weekly. I want to have a monthly. And yeah, going back here, let's bring this down here. This has been, what has this area been? So as long as you stay above 396 or 397 here, yeah, it's a breakout. But I still didn't do the monthly. Hold on here. What's wrong with me? Oh, there's the monthly. So that's not the all-time high, but boy, 400 has just been a stickling point here. You blew it off. I don't know what was going on in July of 20, but that 396 400 big level. See if we can close above that.
You guys want to know what the most searched ticker on Benzinga Pro is today? Usually it's like Tesla, or if there's a big earnings move, like a few days ago it was Disney, or if there's like a huge gapper up like 500%, it's that
Let's
name.
see if the chat can guess.
It's not any of that today. It's not a huge gapper. It's not a sexy stock. It is not an earnings play.
Any
But
guesses from our chat?
a firm is a good guess, but it's not a firm. It's not Lockheed Martin. It's
It's an ETF. I'll give you a hint.
yeah, it's a hint. I think it's a signal in and of itself because people. It's what people are searching for. Yeah, Brian's got it. It's SPY. SPY is the most searched ticker on Benzinga Pro today. If I can pull it up for just 1 second, actually, I just want to show you guys. This is the state of where things are right now. Look how many headlines our news desk has
Yeah,
tagged with the
I
with
know.
the SPY ticker today. On any normal, let me just scroll back a few days, right? I'm just going to go back. I'm just going to scroll back to like a few weeks ago, okay? On any, well, that's not a good day, not a good example. On any given day, you have like, I don't know, 10 to 15 headlines that are tagged SPY. Today takes up the entire screen. I don't even know how many headlines this is. Probably what, 30, maybe more? I don't know. But the point is, this is the state of things right now. Every individual stock, maybe with the exception of the defense stocks we just talked about, right? Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, GD, etc. Maybe with the exception of those, with the exception of gold, everything else kind of taking a back seat, and the broader market that's in play, that's in focus.
Who put this in here? I just saw good comments. Proton 73. In the words of our fearless leader, what me worry? Alfred E. Newman. Do you know what that is, right, Spencer?
I, I've heard the reference, but it is escaping me at the moment.
Oh, Mad Magazine.
Ah, okay, right.
Yeah,
Cover of my
yeah,
magazine, right there we go.
yeah, yeah. No, the people. It's a bad day. It's a bad day for the market. It could
Yeah,
have been a good week.
sorry
And it
guys.
wasn't. You're closing on the lows for the week. Weekends are always dangerous, right? And now
Yes.
you have the war slash Fed. I mean, you couldn't think of a worse combination of things to happen on a weekend. And then the only thing could be worse if it was like a 3-day weekend. That's next weekend because the market doesn't have a chance to react to it. So the thing of the matter is, folks, we're still 200 handles, above that recent low at 44.12. So if you're going to the bank right here and trying to buy the dip, I'd just be a little bit cautious here because we could have, 42.12. Boom. Good. Oh, I put the monthly here. I wondered where my monthly chart was going. Let's go to a daily here. Come on. My chart's not acting good today. I need those Oculus goggles where I could just look and think and it changes it. But there it is, folks. I mean, we're at what's the low here? I didn't even have that on my sheet. 43.95.50. That was your low to end the month. We just hit 96.50. So there you go. Doesn't look like that's going to hold up though. Heading into the final 19 minutes.
Okay, really good question in the chat from who asked the question just now. It was Zachary. Zachary, why are all the defense stocks green, but the defense ETFs are red? Well, there's a very simple answer. Let's go look under the hood. ITA is your largest defense ETF in terms of assets. It's got $2.5 billion in it. So there's I think there 5 defense ETFs out there, and ITA is your largest. Let's go look at the holdings here. Well, the number 2 holding at 18% is Boeing. How's Boeing doing today? Not great, Bob. What about the rest of these are all actually looking okay. But the bottom line is with your ITA specifically, it's 40% of the top 2 stocks are 40%. It's Raytheon and it's Boeing. So if 18% of your ETF is Boeing and Boeing's down 3.5%, then everything else better be up a whole lot more than that. And frankly, it's not. It's not.
Do you know? I think if Dennis was listening to you talk right now, I think he might almost shed a tear, Spencer. I really, I just, he would. He'd be so proud of you. He'd put you up on his lap and say, "Good boy, Spencer." I mean, no, way to drill down under the hood. And there's probably, what are some of the other components? There's probably some, not, I don't know who makes these ETFs up.
Yeah, there's a bunch of things in here that I frankly have never heard of before.
Like what?
Well, I don't want to get like too micro because
Well, what do they have anything that's like non-defense?
Well,
I don't know why you would have that in a defense
well,
ETF.
well, yeah, that's why you got to look, right? So it is the iShares U.S. Aerospace and Defense ETF. Keyword there is so it's airplane and defense equipment, which is
Okay.
specific but broad enough.
40%. You nailed it on the head. Look at Boeing.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't think anybody's booking a flight to the Ukraine right now. Maybe out of the Ukraine, but not into the Ukraine.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, you've got like I don't know, Textron. What is that's TXT? Not super familiar with that, but it's down today.
That's
right?
down. Yeah.
Yeah. You've got like Transdime, which is TDG. Which is down today 2%. So basically, with the exception of those 5, when we said what the 5 are, it's Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, General Dynamics, Northrop Grumman, and L3 Harris. With the exception of those 5, everything else is pretty much down. And obviously, not every stock is down, but the vast majority of stocks are down today. So I hope.
And I have a hard time getting bullish these stocks over over a potential war because, like I said, I mean, I don't think ground war. I mean, we've done really well in ground wars outside of World War II. So that's just my take on it.
Oh, okay. There's another thing I wanted to say from the chat, and I don't remember what it was. So we'll just wait, Mitch. Oh man, I'm not gonna let that comment go. ETFs are amazing instruments for what they can do, but this is an example where, diversification can sometimes work against you. But I can't let that slide. Sorry, Mitch. What I was gonna say though was. And Joel, you know this better than anyone. I feel like you and I are always on the same page here. It's like there's always going to be a reason to be afraid. So yeah, maybe the tensions are elevated today, and that's why the market is down, and everyone is sort of looking around and trying to see what's up and what's going on. And we have Ukraine, but then we also have inflation, and we have a Fed raising rates, and we have all these things that are potential problems. Let's not lose sight of the big picture here. So yeah, short term. Who knows short term? All I know is more often than not, if you wait long enough, right? more often than not, stocks do go higher if you wait long enough. That's the key word. That's the key part of that phrase. So let's not lose track of the ball. There is so many problems that think about the trade war, think about all of that stuff that we got through, and the market just kept on going. So let's just not lose sight of the bigger picture.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good point there, and I mean, we just came out of, or there's always something, but I just one thing I wanted to highlight from this morning, and Dennis and I did a lot of ranting and raving and talking about the news flow and how you could have the best looking chart, you can have the best looking setup, you can have the best risk reward, and macro news like this can knock you out. So what you have to do is, stick with your risk reward parameters. If you get hit, you get hit,
Yeah.
and then you go back. But don't be a deer in head. Take that loss.
Mm.
Some of the best trades that Dennis and I ever had have been losses because they've been a lot. They could have been a lot worse. So just remember that. But what else do we want to cover?
Well, I just want to note, and I've been going back to this screen multiple times a day now, every day for the past few weeks. But I brought this up on the show yesterday, Joe, the CME's FedWatch tool. And
Yeah.
if you recall, 24 hours ago, this box where my mouse is, the box that's projecting a half a basis point rate hike in March. So yesterday, what did it say? It was like 85%. So we've course corrected a little bit. We're down to 54, basically 50-50 chance of whether it's a 25%, 25 basis point or 50 basis point rate hike um, by the March meeting. And I say by the March meeting, not at the March meeting, because heck, it could happen Monday for all we know. But I thought that was interesting. I've been looking at this table every single day for the past week. So if you have any tickers for us, drop them in the chat. We have a few other things that are at least on my mind. I mean, I wanted to keep an eye on the firm today because
Oh,
nothing
jeez.
they could do. I mean, it was a bad report, but it's just a bad day for everything. So there's really not much, nothing they could have done, to turn this truck
You,
around.
you know, who's bullish this stock?
You?
Well, I own MQ, which is 2-for-1 stock split that no one told me about. That's holding up okay. But Sean talked about it today.
No.
And the scenario that he talked about in buying this did not turn out because they didn't flush it off the open. Actually, they held it up before the open and then smacked it. Um, but new all time low, former all time low was 46.50. If you want to keep an eye on that. But where are the comments that he sent me some comments here? And they were pretty. What did I do with them? I hope I didn't delete it. But do you know that they went from bring up Pro? Can you bring up Pro?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, bring up Pro for affirmed.
Okay, what you want? What do you want? News feed? What do you want?
Yeah, you can just
Or,
look at the recent news feed and
okay.
from the earnings report.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh, he's always looking for a silver lining. What did they say about was it active users? I think. What are those? Some of those active user figures that they gave?
Active merchants.
Yeah,
That's what you want. Yeah.
yeah.
Active merchants increased. Whoa. Is that a typo? That's not a typo. From 8,000 to 168,000.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Shopify. You got to read the fine print here. Active merchants increased from 8 to 168, driven primarily by the adoption of Shop Pay installments by merchants on Shopify's platform. I should just buy Shopify. Shopify might as well be at the center of everything e-commerce. I mean, I think they pretty much are at this point. So anyway, that's a really good number to your point, but thank you, Shopify.
Yeah, and then there was something else in there about customers or whatever, but it's getting tagged. So, if you
Yeah.
want to try and buy the dip, it's near its all-time low. I'd personally wait for it to stabilize. Big rally here, folks. We hit that 95.50. You blink, we're at 44.20. So, little buying, little short covering at this point. Trading 44, 16, 17, 18. Depends how quickly the quotes change here, which are pretty quick. What else you got for me, Spencer?
Oh, look, just looking ahead to next week, it's really going to be a lot more of the same. I just saw a thing that Bullard's going to be on Squawk Box on Monday morning, but as far as like other catalysts, we're still in earnings season, so we got a decent number of earnings next week.
Sure.
So some retail names, so have that on your radar. Um, what else jumps out to me?
What's Coles doing?
You know what Wednesday is? This should be fun. Fed minutes, Joel, on Wednesday, 2 o'clock. That'll be interesting. Last time we got a Fed minutes, the market damn near had a heart attack. So, anyway, that's Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Walmart earnings on Thursday is very important. Walmart is an indicator for economic activity in this country. So that's relevant. But I don't know. That's kind of it. Drop your tickers for us in the chat, I guess, and we'll take a look. See, what'd you just say? Sorry about. I think you brought something up here. Was it? I think you just said something while I was rambling. No. All right.
Um,
Cool. Let's move on. Tickers in the chat. Stefan. Sorry, almost said,
Stefan Mayberry.
I almost said it was Marbury, but that's close.
Yeah, him too.
I almost said Stephanie. Stefan asked about Intel.
Another dog in my portfolio.
Mhm.
Hold on a sec. Someday the stock will recover. Um, let's see. Bad day. Closing in on the lows. You got the down $1.15. Everything is just bad. No major upside until you clear 50. You got a triple top at 50. And there's only two lows to lean on here, 47.13 and 46.30. And then you just got to go to the monthly thing here. I mean, right now it doesn't seem like there's anything, preventing it, to test these monthly lows. So, there it is. It's a dog, and a dog with fleas. Really like to see it over $50, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon.
All right, how's this first? I just looked this up while you were talking. The last two times the Bengals were in the Super Bowl, that's only happened twice, right? 1989 and 1982. The average S&P 500 return those years, 21%. Boom, boom, boom. You heard it here first, folks. We're going to the moon. I don't know if that's true
I
or not.
just I'm torn on it, because I don't know about the whole Stafford thing. Actually, I don't mind Stafford, but his wife runs her mouth way too much. So I'm kind of torn on that. And then, you never want people in Ohio to be happy, right?
That's just you, Joel.
No, that's just me.
That's just you, I think.
Okay. All right.
Anyway,
Well,
okay. Let's move it
except I
along.
have a few relatives in Ohio.
Oh, that's nice. All right.
Actually, Joel Elconin lives in Ohio.
A different Joel. Actually, there's a Spencer Israel that also lives in Ohio. Last I checked.
We should bring them on.
It's not me. I can assure you.
Okay.
Let's go back to just the 2 years at 80, 82 and 89. It was a 3% gain and a 19% gain those years in the S&P. So okay, tickers time from the chat. Let's roll. What about? Okay, we can let's look at Microsoft. That's a good one to look at for Kevin. We can look at MSFT here, and then I want to look at utilities after that.
What level did we talk about this morning? Was it this morning or was it on the PMP plus? I mean, yeah, you had no business being on that thing on 300. I mean, come on, 1, 2, 3, 4 lows in a row. It broke 300. That's a nice one. Boom. I mean, you got just little straggler lows here, 94.45 and 93.03. Then you get into here, and that was the earnings day low. I guess if you want to be optimistic about, if you want to find something optimistic about this move, you really think you missed that bottom here. Move this up just a little bit. 294, 295. I mean, if the SPOO stabilize, if we don't go to war, if they don't raise interest points, interest rates three bips over the weekend, 295 holds, then you got a little bit of a bounce here. Current low on the session, 94.22.
We got Jim Cramer in the chat. Jim, don't you have like other things to be doing right now? Jim Cramer says he likes SoFi. So thanks for your input, Jim.
Well,
What,
it's super. You know what he did, man? Did Benzinga do like a zillion articles on like the Super Bowl stocks? You
probably.
know, like Coke, Pepsi commercials,
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah,
No,
probably. I feel like we did.
who's doing the halftime? I didn't get the
It's
invitation.
it's yeah, I know. Next year. It's Snoop Dogg, Eminem, and who else? Dr. Dre, right? Is going to be there. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
What's Eminem's real name?
Marshall Mathers.
Okay, that's
That was
right.
the
Why don't you
first
get him on the show? Why don't? What are you doing all day? Why don't you get that Eminem on the show?
that was the first CD I ever bought with my own money, and my mom promptly made me return it. But
Really?
oh yeah, the language on that CD was not how old was I? 10 when that came out. It was not appropriate for a 10-year-old.
Do you
Well,
know
anyway,
what the first album I bought was?
no.
Uh, I think it was either Don McLean, American Pie,
Oh, that's a
or
good one.
Bob Seger, Night Moves.
But wow, you had good taste as as a youngster. Whatever.
What else we got?
Well, yeah, we got. Let me go through. Oh, yeah, I wanted to look at the XLU actually, utilities, because they're
This
having
year
a
getting whacked, huh?
well, utilities and
They've been holding up, man. I don't understand it. You would think in this whole, I guess people are thinking 5% is better than losing 10%. Um, they're hiding out. I mean, I guess people are still going to need electricity. DTE finally get hit. I mean, if you're hiding out in these things, then it's been great. I would, you know, I would just go like to some monthly levels, and if it takes out the monthly level, these things have just, I don't understand it. I don't know why these things are holding up so well, but I guess people, TLT, potential double bottom there. I don't get it. You think these stocks would be getting hit more in this interest rate environment, but I guess people are just saying, hey, if I can get 5% and the stock doesn't go down 10%,
yeah.
then it's a place to hide. But for the XLU in specific, the level, um, I'll go down to 66. You got quad lows there. Also on the monthly there. So I'd give the XLU to 66. And then if it breaks down, where the heck's it going to go? 60, 63 and a half would be the levels on the downside for the XLU.
We're a minute and a half out from the close now, and as it stands, you got your energy doing great. Energy sector is doing great today, right? You got
Yeah,
gold
well,
doing
yeah,
great,
yeah.
and you got utilities in the green as well by a dime, but everything else is in the red. So let's sort of no real. I mean I see like big candles in these the last what last hour or so, not even really like the last few minutes, but it's all been just chop. We haven't actually gone anywhere.
We
We
bounced, but
yeah.
I mean, real dead cat bounce. What do we got for balances here? Anything? It's too
Oh,
late.
it's a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's too
Well,
late.
Spencer checks those imbalances. I needed to ask a question to Joel. I mean, we've heard so many times, at least even when my teachings, there was always, oh, when the market, when you need to hedge, you look for gold, you look for gold. Well, I think it actually might be setting up here.
No.
I mean, I look at this index here. I've been watching this index when pointing out since Monday that could we go up to that resistance? We were hanging out down here and it's looking stronger than I've ever seen this chart.
GLD?
Yeah, just this is the index of gold, but if you just look at it, it looks very similar, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you
well,
could
from
use
the
that chart.
GLD, like if I was just discounting that it's an ETF and everything, and I was just looking at purely technical here, I mean,
Hmm.
that's a monthly chart. That's a potential breakout right there,
All right,
174.
everyone
So,
pencils down. That's a
yeah.
wrap. Final tally for the day. It's everything I just said is still holds true, right? Your SPY closed down 2%. Your
Ooh,
Qs
yep.
closed down 3%. Your Russell closed down a little over 1%. Your Dow, even the diamonds down 1.5%. Okay, Staples or the value stocks couldn't save us today, Joel. So that's a wrap. We're going to end the week as we always do by playing with you a compilation, 10 biggest stories of the week in the stock market. That clip is going to premiere right now. So everyone have a great weekend. Hit the like button. Please remember all the information from our show is meant to be used as informational purposes and not for investing or trading advice. We will catch you on Monday morning. Good
Go
luck to
Rams.
everyone. Good luck to everyone in Ohio, in California, wherever you are. If you're a Bengals fan or you're a Rams fan, and happy early
Who
Valentine's.
you got, Spencer?
I haven't decided yet.
I've put you on the line right now.
Game time decision. I'll go with the Rams.
All right.
I don't know. Are the Rams the favorite? The Rams are the favorite, right?
Yeah, Rams are favorite.
What do you know the money line? Do you know?
I think it's +4, but I think it might have changed a little bit
All
to.
right. I'll take the Rams. Happy early Valentine's Day, everyone, and we'll catch you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend.
Enjoy your weekend, guys. Check out the top 10.